Hi, I'm Nathan Frietas. I'm the founder of Guardian Project, which is a open source mobile R&D group that builds privacy enhancing technology that is deployed through mobile apps and services to consumers. Well, I think the unique opportunity that postdoc researchers, scientists, people who have a significant expertise, advantage, body of work and knowledge is that we're at an interesting point with technology entrepreneurship. It's so easy to build an app, build a site, deploy scalable cloud infrastructure. All of that is solved. Having the skills that I have, which are just one set of skills, I can build apps or I can run a team that builds apps. That's not unique. The thing that makes us unique is our knowledge about cryptography, is our knowledge about sort of global users and threat modeling and risks and different protocols. So the opportunity for someone with this advanced knowledge to basically bring deep knowledge, deep understanding, right? And that's what we're seeing with machine learning, with again, encryption technology, cryptographic technologies around blockchain. You need people who truly deeply understand this stuff to, even wearable technologies and health research and health technologies. You need people that can actually significantly innovate at a deep level, and then that will drive the new business opportunity. While I believe in sort of customer, constituent, community driven, where you say there's people who have a need, who are in pain, who I can help. And let's find a way to do that. Again, I think coming from the postdoc academic world, there's this body of work you have. There's this innovation. There's this unique idea. And so it's not all, from a pure entrepreneur sense, often you just want to scratch an itch or help someone. And then you figure out the technology. I think from a academic postdoc model, you have some innovation that you want to capitalize on and that you want to. And so it's slightly different in that fit. So in a sense, it's more for you, the people that we're talking to here, it's almost more important to say, okay, I'm bringing this to the table. Now let me step back from that and really truly understand who might need this in the world and how it can help them, as opposed to sort of just inventing in my head, oh yes, of course people want X. To ensure that it's the people that you're talking to aren't just investors in Silicon Valley and New York and Asia or wherever you're looking for money, that there's a market. So beyond that, I think a company is something I've spent a lot of time on. I've run a few different companies now, and for me, having a lot of transparency, having the ability for everyone to speak up, and to trust voices that maybe aren't just the most senior voices. You might have a more junior person who is from Latin America and can provide a lot of insight for your work there. And so elevating people that have unique experience for certain markets. Or you might have someone that maybe isn't good at bringing a product to market in the traditional way, but can really provide, again, a unique differentiator for your product. So finding those skills that people have and elevating them and supporting them is, as opposed to wedging people into kind of a traditional top-down engineering driven machine, isn't always the right approach. So we aren't sort of an enterprise business focused, government focused security. We're a broad set of technologies that helps make browsing safer, messaging more secure, that makes using your digital camera, your smart camera on your phone more safe and private. And we also provide developer SDKs, libraries for other applications. So so we've been doing this about 8 years and have a team of about 15 people. And so for me, I've actually been an entrepreneur, a technologist working within kind of a business environment since 1999. And I know that the way I got drawn into that is that, I believed I had a unique idea, a unique approach. I felt very passionate about portable mobile technology. And it's something that I really did care about doing more than, and remember 1999 was a very different time. And I thought more than just a cool app, that it was kind of something that could scale to a level that would be worth all of the time and energy, and more than a salary, right? And so this is the idea that, like, okay, is this going to just make me the same salary that I could make working at a company? Or is this something that could actually scale to impact millions, really? Tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and that some percentage of those people would be interested in paying somehow, or that the fact that all of those people adopted my technology would provide revenue in some way. So we're a little bit different in that we don't have just one, product. We have a series of them in a platform, but I'll talk about one of them. So there's a lot of interest these days in secure messaging for business, for personal use, for government, encrypted messaging applications. We've been working on one for quite a while called ChatSecure. And the difference with ChatSecure is that it's encrypted, but it's not proprietary. So it uses open standards, it works with many different backends, it uses the XMPP protocol, OTR, OMEMO. These are standardized protocols. So the idea is that there's people that want privacy, but they also don't want to be locked in to a single platform, and they want to be able to run their own infrastructure. So there's a lot of businesses interested in this, a lot of government groups, a lot of legal groups that want the benefits of this. So the idea is that, the pitch is that we can create a user experience that is just as good as what people are used to, say, BlackBerry Messenger or texting, but is much more secure, and that the business or the organization can own the infrastructure. So in the case of the ChatSecure kind of engine and program, it's completely open source. So this is important to consider, and there's a lot of organizations that have an open source business model, going back to, say, Red Hat Linux, right? The code is open. It's licensed under the GNU public license. So that means that any contributions to it need to be open. So anyone can take the code, but the realization is that people pay for convenience and reliability and support. People pay for customizations. People pay for getting sort of their, a business flavor of this or their own version. So there's lots of things that people will pay for. And so we figured that out through so there's license deals, there's services, there's support, and there's a lot of basically a model that combines licensing, customization, and ongoing support. So this is an interesting area that we've put a lot of energy in because we actually work on a very global scale. We have, because we offer a lot of our tools that totally free through, say, Google Play or the Apple iTunes Store, you get adoption in places you don't expect. 1 week we'll have 500,000 new users in Ukraine. Well, why did that happen? Or we'll have big growth in Brazil because there was something there that an article came out where there's interest. So you have to sort of first, see when you put something out free, really understand where it's being picked up because it might be unexpected. And then you have to really understand, well, what is it that's special or unique to the users in that area about my application? And then we do a process where we develop personas, really. So we try to, rather than just have random anecdotes, oh, there was this one guy who said this, or one guy in place in Brazil, sort of really study a market, a region, develop these personas which are sort of representative models of different users, and that express kind of their pain points and their needs. And then those allow you to keep improving the application for those places. So just because, say, your app isn't taking off in Silicon Valley or in the US or in UK, that doesn't matter. There's a huge global market, and so if you find interest in a certain area, you have to be ready to kind of pursue that, support that, and reverse engineer it. Because you can't, the world is your lab in a sense, and you should put something out and respond to the feedback you're getting, rather than sit back as a scientist and come up with a theory sort of in a vacuum. So as I said, being open source and being kind of having a free version of all of our technology, we're able to push it out in the world and see where there's adoption, and look at, try to understand each market, each country, each, app, Android versus iOS, what kind of OS, what kind of economic level, where would there be interest to pay versus where is it better to be free and offer, sort of use that as a marketing push. So I think for us, we use that model and understanding of those regions to then reverse engineer where our best opportunities are. And then our customers aren't always actually those end users. Our customers are often people that then want to license our technology to serve those regions, to serve those people. So someone will say, oh yes, we want to work in Latin America. We've heard that you have a great platform. Can you do this, this, and this? Can we license it? Can we hire you? Can we, do all of these things? And we say, sure. We can do that. We understand Latin America. We understand issues with economic issues with bandwidth, data, battery, all of the things for that region. We know localization. So we have to be ready to take advantage of kind of the big public push, the fact we've analyzed our users to then capitalize on that. So those are the opportunities that you can't miss and you have to be ready for. So again, that mix of kind of, making something and giving out for free doesn't mean you always need to put a bunch of ads on it or put a bunch of, paywalls to monetize that directly. Finding other ways to monetize the fact that we have 10 million users in, Latin America is a better approach.